Well, good evening, and thank you as always for joining me. I was looking through the Phantom Pilots forum a couple of days ago and I came across this question: secondary screen to hand to someone standing next to me. When he flies his P3, he gets friends and bystanders want to see the live view on the screen of my iPad. I've had this myself a couple of times. People are like, oh, what's that? Can you see it? Yeah. And I always thought, what could I do if I was out in the field? Is there any way of doing it? So I had a read through the thread, and if you want to have a search of the thread yourself, go ahead. A couple of suggestions. A chap suggested using a monitor, so I thought, right, okay, well, I'm going to need to buy this, the HDMI output module. They're anywhere between sort of £65 to £90. I need a screen, okay. Got one there, £47.99. Not really any way you sort of mount that out in the field. You'd also need a battery for that. That's another 21 quid, it's getting expensive already. You could go for something like the Best View DSLR 5-inch LCD video monitor. It's got the screw thread in the bottom so you can mount it straight onto a camera tripod. And then of course you're going to need cable. 15 foot seems to be the longest. That means you are going to be tethered basically to the screen. The other way was, someone mentioned, was using Google Chromecast. Nearly got that out then. Google Chromecast to a Fire Stick from your tablet. And he showed it out in the field, but again, you do need a monitor that's got a power supply and obviously HDMI input, but at least you don't have the 15 foot of cable trailing. So the other option was an app that I found. This one's called DJI Screen Share. It's a new one by Visual Vertigo Software Technologies of Germany. $4.99 lets you stream your live video up to 5 Apple mobile devices simultaneously. And you think, sounds good that. So you sort of have a read down and it tells you what it supports. Then it says, in the initial purchase you can stream to one device only. You have to upgrade. It's $4.99 US per added device. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're going to buy an app on the App Store, I always have a good look at the reviews. It didn't take long with this one, because there's only one, by Kyle Whitto. I spent £5, this doesn't work my DJI Phantom 3 standard. I guess the guy would have got a refund, because you can see it quite clearly says only for the advanced and professional, because it uses the USB cable. So I would have thought maybe his best bet for that would have been to have it maybe time limited, restricted, even possibly. So out in the field, you're going to need something like this. This is what I'm going to be using. It's called Lonely Screen. And the way it works is you turn on your phone and you set up a hotspot, or you could take a little router, whichever way suits you best. So at the moment I have got my iPad and I also have my laptop connected to my iPhone as a hotspot. I'll just check that, make sure it's still connected. Yep, it has. So you start up Lonely Screen and you get this. On your on your iPad, click this little button that says AirPlay, Lonely Screen and Mirror, and as you can see straight away, you get the iPad screen coming up on your laptop. So now you are actually looking at it. So what I'll do is I'll just start up the Phantom that I've got with me here on the table. I'm going to plug in the lightning cable and I'm going to launch the DJI Go app. Now the question is why would you want to screen record like this? The reason being is you cannot screen record the DJI Go on an iOS device. On an Android device it's easy, you can just download any screen recorder, but Apple don't like your screen recording, so they banned all the apps that would have allowed it at the time. So for me, I'm going to set this up. So I've got my laptop out in the field, turned on, set up, Lonely Screen, set my iPad, hotspot my phone, start my Cyberlink screen recorder, and as you can see, I'm good to go. I can make the screen bigger or smaller, and that would be it. That would be ideal for me. If anyone wants to have a look, they can just stand in front of my laptop, and you can see there, his live view is live. It's not pre-recorded. In fact, I'll just turn the camera around, pick it up. There's me. Hello everybody, with my GoPro strapped to my head because I'm going to be doing some other work shortly. So it does work, and it works really well. Oh, I've got a compass error, there we go. So what about if you're going to be using Android? What can you do for Android? Well, pretty much the same. I'll just disconnect the tablet for a second. I keep saying tablet, you know, I've got to stop doing that. Let me get rid of the loading screen down there for a second. Just unplug that. Now, for Android, you can do this out in the field. If you're Android, make sure you're connected to the same hotspot as you were before. Change the cable at the back of your transmitter. And again, dead simple, dead quick, dead easy. Plug in it. I am using a program which I found called Screen Mirror, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you can now see what my tablet's doing. So again, I can go across to DJI Go and choose my, this is because I didn't ask it to which one I want to connect to. Just bear with me a second while I just kill that app, pull that out. Yep, it's buffering a bit now. Let me plug my tablet back in, and I'm going to launch DJI Go just the once. Now I've just noticed this is through the Wi-Fi as well, using basically a web server, I suppose. It's not fantastic compared to the AirPlay system. There is quite a little bit of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 4, maybe 5 seconds of lag. I'll just wave my hand in front of the camera, and you'll hopefully see my hand wave. There we go. So there is a slight lag using this system. Basically, what you do is you screen mirror, and then you go to a web browser, and you put the IP address in port 8080, and you can also then screen record the Litchi app whilst it's running. Now I know people are saying you can screen record the Litchi app on iOS device. Some phones support it, some of their iPads support it, some don't. My iOS phone, my iPhone 6 Plus, does support screen recording. My iPad Mini though doesn't support screen recording. So I'll be using this method out in the field. I can, you know, if I'm near my van, I can leave this laptop just running away in my van, as long as I'm within sort of hotspot range. I could just leave this in the van, just on the seat, where I can see it. I don't have to take it out to the field with me. So those are your options. Chromecast maybe, length of cable and an expensive module, or even just using you know, the lonely screen or this screen mirror app to show the output from your quad onto a tablet or onto a laptop for people to watch. I mean, this is just my laptop. I mean, if you've got one of those nice flat screens, what they call them, the Surface Pros, you could use a Surface Pro, exactly the same thing. Lonely screen, hotspot, anything you want. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out to the field now, and I'm going to do some flying. I'm going to use my GoPro so you can see how I'm going to have this set up in the field, and we'll see how well it works, and then we'll come back right after that. Okay, so I'm at Cern Moss, and I've got the system all set up already. Laptop and iPad are connected to the hotspot on my iPhone, and as you can see there now, I'm getting quite a good screen image. So let's take the quad up, and
the home point is takeoff.
So that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Now you know that using lonely screen with your iPhone and a laptop, you can record your DJI Go while you're out flying, and if anything does happen, at least you've got a screen recording of what happened just before it went. Thanks for joining me, and as always, safe flying. See you soon.